Namaste children, welcome to Bharati Vidya Bhavan's Vidyashram online classes. Today we are going to discuss is matter around us pure? Right now, is matter around us pure? Before going to into the discussion of this topic, first of all we need to recall the last lesson. Why we need to recall the topic only means these two lessons are interlinked to each other. So in the first lesson we discussed about matter around us. Matter around us. What are the things are there? How they are made up of? That all we discussed in the first lesson. So in first lesson we discussed about the matter. So first recall that concept of matter. So matter means it is made up of particles. It is made of particles. Anything which is made up of particles. So matter will occupy the space, means volume, will have the mass. So matter consists of particles inside. So matter consists of particles inside. Based upon the construction of these particles, based upon the bonds between the particles, we classify matter into three types. What are they? Solids, liquids, gases. So the bond between the particles or the gap between the particles will decide whether it is a solid, whether it is a liquid, whether it is a gas. See, if you observe the gas, if you observe the solid, in solids, the particles will be closely packed each other. Without any gap, the particles will be packed each other. So this type of construction we can call as a solid. When the particles are closely packed without any gap between them, then this type of matter we can call as a solid. Right now, if you go for the liquids, if you take the liquid, inside the liquid, the gap between the particles will be more compared to the solids. Right now, there is a gap. If you observe the gap between the particles, you can see easily. If there is a gap between the particles, means they are not packed closely. So this type of particle, this type of matter we can call as liquid. Now coming to if the gap between the particles are more compared to the liquid, then that type of matter we can call as gases. So here all the matter, all these three kind of matters are made up of particles. These particles will have some characteristics. What are them? There will be a gap between the particles. First of all, first point is there will be a gap between the particles, and as well as these particles will attract each other, and third thing is these particles will move here and there. These particles, for example, if you take the gases, inside the gas, the particles are fixed in position? No, they are not in fixed position, they will move randomly. This is about the matter. So, the things which are made up of matter that we are going to study today, right? Whatever the matter we are getting, whatever the substance we are discussing in the second lesson, are they pure? If they are pure, how we can decide they are pure? If not, what we can call? That all we are going to discuss in this present chapter. Okay. Now, pure substance. What is meant by pure substance? See, before going to discuss about the pure substance, let's discuss some general topic. Here, if you purchase the milk in market, on the packet of the milk, they will write it as a pure milk. Whatever the products you are purchasing, on some products they will write as pure products. What is in the pure product from their view means without any adulteration, means without any mixing inside. For example, if you take the milk, so if they say that this is a pure form of milk or pure milk, means they are saying that nothing is mixed inside. But as per the scientist, what they are saying that milk is not a pure substance. Why? Because it is a combination of proteins, fats, and as well as of water. So here, like that, we cannot decide simply any object which is a pure or impure. So from the scientist view, what is a pure substance? See, write the definition, everyone. A pure substance will make, or a pure substance will form by only one kind of particles, one type of particles. One type of particles. Pure substance will form with the help of only one type of particles. So how, sir? Means, for example, if you take without any adulteration, we can say without any mixer inside, without any mixing inside. For example, if you take a kettle, copper kettle, which is using for serving of a tea. Now, this is a copper kettle. This is a copper kettle is made up of completely with the copper atoms only, or copper particles only. So here to construct this material, we are not adding anything. So then we can say this is a pure form, right? From the scientist view, it is a made up of only copper. So this is we can call as a pure substance. Now this pure substance will have uniform composition and texture, taste, color, everything will be there at a given temperature, at a particular temperature. Means the pure substance will not be changes its taste or shape or color simply by heating or simply by grinding or simply by washing. There will be some other methods that will be used to separate or changes the state of the pure substance. Means here a pure substance is made up of only one type of particles and will have uniform composition and will have uniform texture, color at a given temperature. And these properties cannot be disturbed by doing of physical activities. What are the physical activities? Like grinding, like rubbing or washing. For example, if you take a sugar crystals if you take sugar crystals as sugar, throughout the sugar composition is same. If you grind itself, what will happen? That is also will give the taste of sugar only, right? If you dissolve inside the water, that is also give the taste of the sugar only. Like that, pure substance will have the same structure, uniform composition, and will made up of single type of particles or single type of compounds. Like that we can say. So I hope you are clear with the pure substance. Now this pure substance is made up of matter, right? This pure substance is made up of matter. Actually, based upon the composition with the help of atoms and with the help of mixing of 2 to 3 particles, we divided the pure substance into 2. Means a matter can be divided into 2. First, initially, what is that? Pure substance and as well as impure substance. In pure substance, we have single type of elements are compound. In coming to the impure, here we can say this is as a mixture also. A mixture is a combination of 2 or more elements of different kinds, or 2 or more compounds also. So if they are forming with the help of uniform, if the structure is uniform, that is called homogeneous. If the structure is non-uniform, that is called heterogeneous. That we are going to discuss with the help of a mind map. Now we are going to write the mind map of matter. Matter is classified into 2 types: pure substance, impure substance, or mixture. Let's see. Okay, children. So this is about the broad classification of matter here. So if you go through this mind mapping, you will come to clear idea about the matter and as well as the pure substances. So here Matter is divided into two types. What is that? Pure substance which is made with the same type of particles like copper, iron. For example, if you take a tea kettle which is made up of copper, so complete the structure of tea kettle is made up of copper. That's why we can call as a pure substance. In that, what are participating only elements? That's why we can call as a elements based pure substance. Means with the help of elements only the substance is made here. That's why it is called as a pure substance. For example, if you take iron nail, iron nail is also is a best example for the pure substance, because iron nail is also made up of only pure form of elements, that is iron. Coming to the oxygen, hydrogen. So what's you are saying that here solids, now we are going to the gases. Oxygen and hydrogen is also pure form of pure substances only. Why? Because oxygen plus oxygen which is made up of which is forming O2, H plus H which is forming H2. These are also pure substances only which are in a gaseous state. Right? Now, if they are forming up with the help of elements, this type of substance we can call as pure substance. Now we are moving to the compounds. What is meant by compounds? Which is made up of two or more particles, two or more elements by combination of elements which is forming a compound, which is forming a substance, will be a pure substance which is called as a compound. Right now. So here hydrogen plus oxygen is forming the water H2O. Nitrogen plus oxygen is forming NO2, and C plus O2 is forming carbon dioxide. These are the pure substances. These are the compounds which are forming with the help of two or more elements. Two or more elements or particles. These are the compound based pure substances. Right now. Now we are going to discuss here. Now we are discussing about the mixtures. What is meant by mixture? A mixture is a combination, or a mixture contains more than one substance or element or compounds. A mixture is a combination of more than two compounds, elements or substances. Substances, elements and compounds. So here this mixtures again classified into two types: homogeneous mixture and a heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture. Here we are taking the two compounds and we are mixing the two compounds. If the distribution of the or composition of the substance is uniform, then it is called homogeneous. For example, if you take the sugar, sugar is one type of compound. You are mixing the sugar into water. So what is happening? The sugar will be dissolved inside the water. So we cannot identify, we cannot see properly. We cannot even see with our naked eye where is the sugar. So here what we can say, they dissolve inside. The composition becomes uniform, right? For example, like this it will be. Next, if the composition is uniform, that type of mixture we can call as a homogeneous mixture. Now, if the composition is not uniform, that type of mixture we can call as a heterogeneous mixture. How, sir? What we can call heterogeneous mixture means if two compounds if we are mixing, they will not dissolve inside. For example, you take the sand and pour the sand inside the water. What will happen? The sand will not mix with the water. We can see difference in that composition. There is no proper uniform composition. Non-uniform composition we can observe there. Otherwise, one more type of example also there here. The oil which is pouring inside the water. Will oil and water mix? No, they will not mix it together. So this type of composition we can call as a heterogeneous mixture. So children, we discussed about today pure substances, how they will form, Matte we classify into two types. That all we discussed till now. Right, ma? Now, till now we discuss all this. Now again we are going to discuss about the mixtures. So, as we discuss about the mixture is a combination of two or more compounds, elements, and substances. Now we are going to discuss different type of the mixtures here. Based upon their composition and their physical characteristics, we divided the mixtures into four types. What are they? First one is solution. Second one is suspension. Third one is emulsion. Fourth one is colloids. So these are the four types of the mixtures are there. Based upon their physical characteristics, physical appearance, and mixing of the compounds, we divide the mixtures into four types. Now we are going to discuss individually what is in the solution. First of all, a solution is a combination of two liquids or two compounds. A solution is a combination of two compounds. They are called as a solute and as a solvent. See, for example, if you take glass of water, we can call this glass of water as a solvent. What we can call this as a solvent. In the solvent, we are mixing sugar. That we can call as a solute. So, solution is a combination of or a mixing of solute and as well as a solvent. Solute which is dissolves, solvent which dissolve the solute inside. Once again, solvent is a major composition which dissolve the solute inside. So the mixing of the solute and solvent we can call as a solution. Now next we are going to discuss about the suspension. It is a heterogeneous mixture. In this mixture, solid and liquid we are going to take in, and they are not going to mix together. For example, sand and water. So suspension is one type of mixture. In this we are going to take solid and liquid. Solid as a solute, liquid as a solvent, for example, if you take. So if you are mixing solid with the liquid, they are not going to mix. The solid will not going to be dissolved inside the water. This type of mixture we can call as a suspension. Next we are going to discuss about emulsion. Third point is emulsion we are going to discuss. It is also one type of heterogeneous mixture only. In this case, we are going to take two liquids, and this liquid will not mix together. The solvent and solute, if you take the names as solvent and solute here also, the inside the emulsion, they are not going to mix. It is also one type of heterogeneous mixture only. For example, if you take oil and water, take inside one big beaker, water will be stays down and the liquid will be formed up like oil. So they will not mix together. So this is one type of mixture. This will come under to the heterogeneous mixture. Now we are going to discuss about the colloids. One more type of the mixture here we are going to discuss, that is colloids. Colloids is one type of mixture which is having the characteristics between the solution and as well as suspension. Mean, so in solution, two liquids, a solvent and solute will be there, and in suspension, solid and the liquid will be there. Like for example, toothpaste. It is in the form of liquid and as well as a solid. That is comes under to the colloids. So these are the four types of the mixtures we discussed. So by this we are concluding the topic of mixtures and as well as differences between the dividing or mind map of the matter with the pure substance and mixtures. I hope you are clear with this concept. In next class we are going to discuss about differences between the mixtures and as well as the compounds, and further we are going to discuss. Thank you.